So you always have numerous projects going on.
I have ADD.
No, that means that just simply means you're ambitious.
I am ambitious, but I also feel like there's so many stories that need to be told about the Latino community that I go, oh my God, why haven't we told this one? And then I'm like, oh my God, here I'm trying to tell the story, you know? And yeah, there's so much to do. There's like 1,000 stories that need to be told, and I'm going to die without having told them, but hopefully I'll inspire enough people that they'll go, oh yeah, right, we need to tell this story, we need to tell that story.
Do you feel like you're making a difference? You know, every time you tell a new story, do you feel like you're impacting other people to maybe share other stories as well?
I do. Like, I think this is the first month where I do, because I've had enough students tell me, you know what, I'm going to go to UCLA, I'm going to go get my degree, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I feel that I have. I mean, it's been slowly, because I've been 20 years, more than like 23 years doing this, and I think this is the first year where I kind of feel like, oh my God, maybe this is really the year of the Latino, because every decade is a decade of Latino, and it isn't. And I kind of feel with Obama saying, okay, you know, immigration reform, DREAM Act, and Republicans going, oh, okay, well, how do we appease these Latinos? And I kind of feel like we're finally getting some respect.
What do you think is the important story that needs to be told about Latinos?
Well, it starts with Latina women. I think there are plenty gangster movies. No, you know what? There's so many that I could name, but I would say for me, you know, the stories about like Lupe Ontiveros, for instance, is a very good example, because I kind of feel like, you know, we have tons of hot señoritas, okay? We don't lack hot señoritas, but the kind of substance, the kind of the essence of what Lupe brought, like being an older woman who's a goddess, the fact that she owned it, like that kind of energy isn't celebrated in most women. But I kind of feel like, wow, you know, stories about grandmothers who can still, you know, like who can still groove, who still have chispas. Stories about our abuelitas, who we don't just dismiss them as our abuelitas, but we see the content and the beauty of their soul, you know? I feel like those stories need to be told, because I think it's women that hold up a culture and a society, and they are taken for granted. So the stories of the invisible, the stories that need to be told to really get authentic with what's wrong with society.
So when you come to an event such as this, where you're recognizing Latinos, does that make you feel a little proud?
I think so, because I kind of feel like, you know, like the fact that Bless Mi Última opens tonight, and that there's a lot of like Latinos and Chicanos who made their first feature this past year, it kind of feels like, wow, this isn't just us tooting around horn. Like, I think this is really happening. I think it's finally the year where I feel like, oh my God, it's finally great to be a Latina. No. I know, and it's not, you know, and part of it, what's so exciting is that it's not just like Hollywood saying, because I don't think Hollywood will ever give us a respect. I think we have to demand our own respect, and I think it's finally the year where we say, you know what, we matter, and you finally get that we matter, but we know that we matter, and we have to do it for ourselves.